In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up the perfect Facebook advertising campaign structure for running your real estate ads in order to virtually guarantee a 5 times minimum return on your advertising spend without wasting any time or money on testing things to figure out what works and allow you to manage everything in just a few minutes every day. We've learned this after spending over $1 million advertising on Facebook for our company and the real estate agents that we work with. All right, this is the Facebook advertising hierarchy. And you'll see right off the bat, there's a few different components here, different colors as well. I'm gonna explain what all these things are and why it's so important to understand if you wanna run profitable ads on Facebook. We're also gonna talk about the targeting on Facebook and how that has changed recently with the algorithm. And the people who don't understand these recent changes to Facebook's targeting are gonna be left behind with everyone else who's unable to make Facebook ads profitable and saying they no longer work, which is completely untrue. Don't listen to anyone who's ever said that. So I'm gonna make sure you understand how this new targeting works on Facebook. We're gonna talk about scaling up the ads. And by the end of this video, you'll have everything you need to create a profitable Facebook ad campaign for your real estate business. All right. So right from the top, you'll see the business account and the ad accounts there in black. The reason they're in black is you only have to set them up once and they're done. So the business account is where your ad accounts live. And you might have multiple ad accounts if you're running advertisements for different businesses. So that's usually where we'll separate them from different ad accounts. Usually you just need one ad account. And then your ad account is where your ad campaigns live. You might have multiple ad campaigns for different campaign objectives, right? Whether it's generating new leads, whether it's retargeting people who you already have their contact information. Maybe it's sending the traffic outside Facebook to your website or a separate landing page, or maybe it's starting a direct message campaign with people who click your ad. Different campaigns for different purposes. And then your campaign is where your ad sets live, and you'll have different ad sets for different targeting. And again, your ad set is where you select your targeting and placements. So is this ad going to show on Facebook? Is it Instagram? And then also where on those platforms, which real estate is it taking up? Is it the Facebook stories? Is it the Instagram newsfeed, etc.? And then the ad is what the end user sees, right? And that's the combination of the image, the headline, the copy, the call to action, etc. So let's talk about one of the most important parts of online advertising, especially on Facebook, which are the naming conventions. All right, this might sound silly to you, but I can't tell you how many times I've gone into a real estate agent's ad account on Facebook and I've just found it's a complete mess, right? They've thrown up random names for the campaign, random names for the ad set, and then they'll have multiple ads per ad set, which is never a good idea. I'll tell you why in a bit, but everything's just very random and we can't tell what's going on. It's all tangled up. Now here's the problem. The problem is we can't tell which campaigns or ads were profitable in the past and which ones were not profitable, which actually lost money. And that information is very valuable for our future decisions, which kind of ads we're going to run next, because all advertising is numbers and data. And if we can't track those numbers and data from past campaigns, then that information is no longer useful to us, which is a shame because we spent money to acquire that data. Right? So what I recommend is having a very clear and universal naming convention for your campaign, your ad sets, and your ad. And I don't care if it's just you in the ads manager right now, because one day you'll have a team, or maybe you partner with a company to help you scale up your advertising and your sales. And so you just want to start off naming everything right from the beginning. Okay. So I'll show you how we do our naming. And I'm not saying this is the best way or the only way to do it. This is what we found to be the best way after spending $1 million on the platform. So first, your ad campaign, you want to name that after your conversion type or your objective, right? So again, there's multiple objectives you might have, but in this case, we're going to call it lead generation. Now your ad sets, I like to name those based on location and then hook. And this is again specific for real estate advertising. Now, the thing about targeting on Facebook, which used to be done on the ad set level, well, your targeting is now based on what the ad says. In the past, the targeting was based on, what kind of areas are you targeting? Which zip codes? What kind of interests? Are you targeting based on this demographic or that? Are you targeting based on age or income level? Are you targeting based on people's interests, right? Or which lists of leads are you targeting? That stuff is no longer relevant because Facebook's algorithm, their pixel has kind of evolved and gotten a lot better over time. And now the targeting is based on what the ad says and even what it looks like. So all we need to do is target a location and then make sure our ad is directed and it speaks to our audience. And Facebook is going to read our ad, the words and even the images, and then find the best audience who would be interested in what our ad does and says and looks like. All right. So again, on the ad set level, the way we do our targeting is very open. So it's just basically we select a location. Like let's say I'm looking to find home buyers within Calgary. I'm just going to put in a pin in the middle of Calgary, maybe 15 to 20 miles around that. So I'm going to target Calgary. And then we also name our ad set based on the hook. So the hook is the lead magnet. What are we offering the lead in exchange for their contact information? Now for buyers, a great hook would be a free list of homes starting at a certain price within a certain area, or it could be a free invitation for a first-time home buyer webinar. For sellers, a good hook might be a free ebook, tips for selling your home for max value in the shortest amount of time. It could be a free home evaluation or free staging. You've probably heard of these before or seen them online, and they still work great. So the hook we'll use is a list of homes in Calgary starting at $589,000. All right. And the other benefit of naming your ad set like this is because when this lead gets zapped into your CRM, it's often tagged based on the ad set name. So if you name the ad set like this is going to be attached to that lead, and you're going to know which ad that they clicked on, right? So if I see this lead in my database, I'm going to see they're interested in homes in Calgary. And that's how I can open up the conversation when I call that lead or when my ISA calls them. And last here, we have the ad, and we name the ad based on the ad set. It's going to be the exact same. So I'm just going to copy this and paste it down here. That is, of course, unless you have multiple ads per ad set. Like I said before, I definitely don't recommend doing that. It's actually a pitfall most people are falling for, and you should totally avoid. Now, here's the problem with having multiple ads per ad set. Now, again, I'm not saying this is the right way of doing it. There are people out there with more Facebook ads experience than I have. You might even be saying through the screen to me right now that my Facebook ad representative told me to have multiple ads per ad set. Now, listen, I would never, ever disrespect a Facebook ad rep. That being said, I've never heard any useful advice from a Facebook ad rep, and neither has anyone else that I work with. So here's the problem. Let's say you have a $100 budget per day on the ad set level, and then you have 5 ads within that one ad set. What Facebook is going to do is they're going to take 90 to 99% of that budget and put it into one ad, whatever ad that Facebook thinks, keyword is being thinks, is going to be the most profitable ad. And Facebook's going to make that decision over the course of about 1 day. Now, here's the problem. You can probably already see it. There's no way that Facebook knows which ad is going to be the most profitable after 1 day or after spending $50 to $100, because most of your metrics in this campaign, besides cost per lead, we're talking cost per appointment or the ultimate cost per client acquisition, cost per sale, those numbers are going to be a lot higher than $50 to $100. Your cost per appointment might be $20 to $50, and then your cost per closing might be $500 to $1,000 or more on Facebook. So again, there's no way that Facebook knows which ad is going to be the most profitable after spending $50 to $100. So what I would do instead is have one ad per ad set. And the only problem is you're going to be spending a little bit more money up front testing this way to find out the winner, the actual best performing ad. Because we might have 5 ads and then 5 ad sets and spend $100 per day on each. Now, the benefit here is you're going to give each ad a fair chance to prove itself. And you're going to actually find the best performing ad versus the other way. In fact, this way, you might find the ad that will perform 10 times better than the others. Since I'm very confident in our performance on Facebook, we've made, I've seen a 10, 20, 30, I've even seen a 40 times return on advertising using Facebook ads. So I don't mind spending a little bit more money up front, finding the best performing ad. That is how we structure our ads on Facebook. I hope you found this video valuable. On the next video, I'm going to actually set this up with you inside the Ads Manager, and then we're going to spend a lot of time on the ad itself. I'm going to give you the exact templates that we use to generate leads for $3 each and get a 5, 10, 20, 30. Again, I've seen a 40 times return on investment from these exact ads. I'm going to give them to you so you can copy and paste them today and start generating leads yourself. All right. So we'll see you on the next video right now.